Sparka.com/marketing. Sparka.com/marketing. How to sell and be persuasive through social media. Actually, both of those things are exactly the same thing. So let's re-entitle this video, How to be Persuasive and Sell Using Social Media. Now, this video was inspired by an email from a prospective client. He's a CEO of a medium-sized, medium-large corporation, and the first thing he hit me was, we've been trying social media for the last 5 years, since Twitter first came out, which is unusual for medium-sized, large corporations, right? So I commended him, and he said, but we haven't seen any rise in sales. We haven't seen any increase in revenues. We haven't seen any extra conversion. So that's a great question. And I think if you've got an e-commerce store, if you're a professional service person, maybe you're an accountant, maybe you're a dentist, you've got a website, you're trying to generate more clients through your website, you're trying to generate more traffic to your retail store, or sell through your e-commerce store, whether it's on Magento or Shopify or whatever. Why isn't social media working for you? I'm going to address that question with a two-pronged answer. The first prong is real simple. You're not able to sell, you're not selling or persuading through social media because you're just not doing sales. Let me rephrase that. You're not generating sales through social media because you're using social media to do marketing. Marketing and sales are two totally different things. And in fact, today you don't even have to, unless you're really high level, you don't have to do marketing at all. All you have to do is sell. Social media, why? Because social media gives you the ability to connect to everybody. You can just, for what is it, 20 bucks, 50 bucks a month, you can connect with everybody on LinkedIn, send them unlimited messages. On Twitter, you can send 200 messages per hour to anyone on Twitter, and half the world is on Twitter. At least the half the world that actually has a credit card is on Twitter. Pinterest, all the world's bloggers are on Pinterest. Every single blogger in the world is on Pinterest. If you're a blogger, you're not on Pinterest, you're not a professional blogger. And it's hard to motivate people who are not motivated by money. That's why you don't need marketing. What marketing was, and let me give you a little background so that you understand historically where we've come from. That'll give you an understanding of where we're going. The godfather of advertising, the godfather, David Ogilvy. If you've taken any MBA course, David Ogilvy is the godfather. He's the god of advertising. And he said, what was this, in the 60s or 70s? He said, as he's getting an award for the International Marketing Innovator of the Year award, he said, you know what, but I don't know marketing. I do advertising. He was smart enough to know the distinction between marketing, advertising, and sales. And he said specifically all he does is advertising. And let me define what marketing is so you'll see why you don't have to do it anymore. Like I said, unless you're ramping up a very high-level sales campaign. Back before technology, back before any media at all, back before the Heidelberg Press, right? Before books were made in Kodak form, the way you would do sales, the way you'd persuade someone to do something is wear a sandwich board or hold a picket sign or start shouting on the streets in the town center, in the town square. You'd put up a bulletin board and you'd write stuff on that bulletin board, and that was marketing. Why? Because shouting and wearing a sandwich board was too difficult. So people came up with brilliant ways to make sales easier. More specifically, people came up with brilliant ways to make getting in front of, to make getting in contact with your potential customer, your potential buyer, easier. And that's what marketing is. The process of getting you to a point where you can actually have that conversation. Now with social media, guess what? You can have that conversation. You don't have to do marketing. Marketing is when Nielsen, you remember Nielsen ratings? They're still around. Do you know how they worked? Marketing is the process of giving people free televisions and giving them a notepad saying, hey, you don't have to pay for this television set, which comes with a big cabinet and comes with stereo speakers, and it comes with, well, it comes with 2 dials that you turn, UHF and VHF, right, and 13 channels, if I remember correctly. You don't have to pay for this entire TV set if you just fill out this form and check which TV shows you're watching, how long you watch it for, and at what point you turn the channel. Make a note of, if you turn the channel, make a note of which commercial you skipped or which commercial you stopped watching in the middle of that 30-second or 1-minute commercial. That's marketing. You don't have to do that anymore because now you have Google Analytics. It tells you all that. You don't have to have people fill out forms for you anymore. You see why I'm saying you don't have to do marketing anymore? Unless, of course, you're doing a high-level sales campaign or an outreach campaign. Now all you have to do is sell. Your ability to get in front of, with accurate data, with precise metrics, get in front of your potential customer in hordes, in droves. There are social networks for everything. There are social networks for people that knit. There are social networks for people that own diesel cars. There are social networks and communities for people that are vegans, vegetarians, only eat meat. You see where I'm going with this? You don't have to come up with extensive, brilliant marketing campaigns if you just want to sell. Just sell. Don't do social media marketing. Hell, don't do marketing. Do sales. Now, you might think, I do sales. I get on Twitter, I get on Facebook, and this is what I've heard from some of our prospective clients before they become clients. I'm telling them about our products. I'm doing instructional how-to videos and blog posts that show how credible we are, that show our expertise, that get people to like us and believe in us, and yet they're still not buying. I'm doing sales through social media and I'm not getting the sales. Well, frankly, you're not doing the sales. Let me explain it to you this way. For every single person who's willing to tweet out a message, there's another person that's 100% willing to reply to people that follow them, message them. For every person that's going to engage and reply to their followers or subscribers through social media, there's another guy that's willing to invite them to lunch and buy them lunch. For every guy that's willing to buy a social media follower lunch, there's another guy that's willing to take them to dinner. For every guy that's willing to take some of their contacts or one of their contacts from LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, Google+, out to dinner, there's another guy that's willing to marry the boss's daughter. That's sales. Doing whatever it takes to raise the bandwidth of the relationship so that you have a stronger, more persuasive position than your competitor. That's how you generate sales through social media. Forget social media, forget social, forget media, forget everything. Just think about expanding your depth of contact, your interaction with each and every single human being. Now, where marketing comes in is your ability to replicate and scale that process so that you don't have one salesman driving over to see one person and all they can do is make contact with 4 or 5 people per day maximum. Marketing strategy allows you to scale and replicate and mass sell. So how do you get sales through social media? Simply sell. If you're going to do marketing, you can take that sales process you've got and replicate it, automate it, and even use scripts and robots to do the repetitive, redundant outreach before a human response, handshake, or marriage proposal is necessary. If you need help doing marketing, we'd love to help you get all over the web. We're at sparkah.com/marketing, SPARKAH.com/marketing. Looking forward to getting you all over the place.